Hey guys, Mako here. Up and about this morning, but wanted to do a little bit of a unit showcase slash review here on Esther. She's one of the newest rainbows out. We were about, well, Xenogears 2 is the newest, but Esther is from the Easter banner. It's important to note that she's not a limited unit, even though she is kind of a holiday unit. You will be able to UOC for her. Highly recommend it. She is incredible. Just damage wise and what she's able to pull off. So let's just go over some basic info here with her. This is my Esther at the moment. Okay, so she is going to be an attacker and an emergency tank. She's able to provoke and cover for a turn, and she has 30% natural evasion. She's going to be a true double hand unit, and using weapons according to that kind of that build. She does have a bunch of weapon classes open. She can use daggers, swords, great swords, katanas, axes, hammers, spears, flails. I think that includes maces. I'm not completely sure. Claws. Then for armor, she has hats, helms, clothes, medium armor, and robes. So she can't use heavy armor, but that's okay. She does get an attack bonus with clothes, so that is probably the best thing for her. Okay, so now just hopping over to the wiki here, we're going to take a look at her numbers and stats. So we see that she's a 5 to 7 star. Her job is precursor. We've recently seen that jobs have been phased out, so we won't see that on the unit anymore. Her role is going to be the physical attacker slash tank. She's a rare summon. She's not time limited. She's exclusive to global, so you will not see her on the JP side. Origin is FFBE. She's female human. Her TMR is going to be Storm Kickers. This is available through the Easter raid, or you could Moogle it if you'd like. She does need it. It is critical to have this on her, where she will damage herself with lightning. This causes her to absorb lightning and let it heal her. So it's a pair of sneakers said to have belonged to a warrior of legend. On the right set of feet, these stylish shoes are capable of granting its wearer the power to withstand lightning. This is only for Esther. You can use the 45 attack on somebody else, but they will not absorb lightning. If you look at inner limit here, it increases her HP by 20%, increases her LB damage by 15%. So those two things are important because she's an LB burst type of unit. And now on Stormborn, this be only for Esther again, absorbs lightning damage taken. And that's going to be an accessory. Now, her STMR is the Storm Bunny jacket. It's a unique jacket with a hood that resembles rabbit ears. It fills its wearer with the instincts of a swift killer and adds to their endurance and strength as well. Woven with the finest fabric of a distant world, it was exclusively made for a certain warrior of legend, being Esther. It has flat 800 HP, flat 40 attack, and flat 10 defense. No elementals attached to it, as armor doesn't, but and no innate resistances. This is going to be for Esther only. It's going to give her killer instincts. This is increased physical and magic damage against mechanical and stone monsters, so she's going to be very good against those two subsets. If you're looking at using her to kill, let's see, what was it? Yeah, mechanical. So you can look at killing like Aegeon with her. You can look at killing Omega with her. She does crazy damage to mechanical monsters. And stone we don't really run into very often, but that would be like the Golem Esper, the Titan fight. The Easter egg event is a stone monster. We might get a few more of those in the future. She's also going to get Exquisite Weaving. This is going to increase her HP by 20 and her attack by 30. So her STMR is going to be best in slot for her. Okay, moving on down. Here's her statistics. As you can see, she has very high innate HP, very high attack, defense, mag, spirit are all decent. Let's see. So, with maximum stat increases, she's going to get 540 HP. She's going to add another 65 attack at 7-star. Those are going to be the two things that we're concerned about the most. She has no innate elemental resistance and no innate status ailment resistance. We went over her weapons and armor, storm kickers, money jacket. You can try these other things out for her. The tectonic set, tectonic crown, tectonic vest. Asterisk is a decent weapon for her. It gives you static body, which is going to be increased by 15 HP by 15%. The problem with that sword is it locks her to lightning. I prefer to keep a neutral sword on her and imbue her. She does imbue herself, but she is not locked to lightning. So if you're using that for lightning, that's great. Keep in mind, you can use her as a neutral, and you can imbue her like with Sylvie or Ingus or anyone else who basically imbues. So Bart from Xenogears does that. There's quite a few units that do. You could imbue her with water, with Nicole, that kind of thing. So depending on what element you need or non-elemental, you can make her more flexible with the neutral weapon. The tectonic set is it's okay. I mean, like if you put all three pieces together, it's decent, but it's definitely not best in slot for her. Alright, so now we're going to look at innate abilities. She's going to start with Shock Flash. It's going to be physical damage 3 times, increase LB gauge 4 to 6 to caster. That's available at 5 stars. Shatter Arms and Shatter Guard, so she has a 50% attack, mag, and defense spirit break for 5 turns to all enemies, and it fills her LB gauge. It's decent. It can get you through an emergency, so your breaker goes down. Shock Reflex, lightning damage 0.8 times as HP drain 50% to one enemy, so that's going to heal her. It's going to do lightning physical damage 1.6 times with ignore defense to one enemy, so not a ton of damage, but it does bring her HP back up if she needs that. Charge protection is going to be that emergency physical cover, so it's going to be the chance to protect all allies against damage with physical mitigation. Increases her defense by 150%, and then she has that 30% innate evade, which you could use to build her into an evade build if you'd like. Stormbrand, this is going to be lightning damage 2.8 times with ignore defense 50% to one enemy. You're going to add the lightning element to your physical attacks, so that's an imbue, and increases LB gauge 15 to the caster. This is going to be in the Bolting Strike family, which is brand new to Global. Esther's the first unit to get it, and JP does not have it, so it is a new family. We'll see how that builds out over time as we get new units. It'll probably be Global exclusive units that get that skill, or Global upgrades to units that we already know. Okay, so Storm Calling. It's going to be physical damage 4.3 times to one enemy, restore 2500 HP and 65 MP to the caster. You're going to increase your LB gauge by 10, and that's going to chain with Absolute Mirror of Equity family, so that's a powerful skill. You're going to have Stasis Bound, increase chance of being targeted to 100%, so this is her taunt or provoke skill. And it's going to mitigate physical damage taken by 20% for 2 turns to the caster, so she does throw up a mitigation shield there for herself only. Demagnetizing Strike, physical damage 3.5x with ignore defense to one enemy. You're going to decrease lightning resistance by 75% for 3 turns to one enemy, increase the LB gauge to 15 to the caster, and it chains with Bolting Strike, so that is a really cool skill. I like that one. Okay, Electric Charge. You're going to use Bolting Strike, Combat Overdrive, Demagnetizing Strike, Shatter Arm, Shatter Guard, Shock Embrace, Shock Reflex, Storm Brand, Storm Calling, Storm Clouds twice in one turn. Alright, she's going to get Combat Overdrive. This is going to increase her attack by 200% for 3 turns, which is a huge buff. Increases modifier 1.5x for 4 turns to the caster, which can't be dispelled. And enables skill for 2 turns to the caster, which is Tempest Charge, which is her triple cast. So that's going to let her use 3 abilities per turn. So she's going to get Shock Embrace. This decreases lightning resistance 100% for 5 turns to all enemies. You're going to add a lightning element to physical attacks for 5 turns to the caster. Increase the LB gauge by 20 to the caster. Enable skill for 4 turns to the caster. Tempest Charge. Okay, so we did Shock Embrace. Yeah. Storm Clouds is next. This is a cooldown. It's not available the first turn. That's important to note. 4 turn cooldown available on turn 4. You're going to do physical damage 11 times to one enemy. Increase your modifier 3 times for 2 turns to the caster, which can't be dispelled. Storm Calling. Increase the LB gauge 30 to the caster, and it chains with the Absolute Mirror of Equity. And then Bolting Strike is going to be her normal chaining skill in the Bolting Strike family. That Storm Clouds one is going to be her most powerful skill outside of her LB. Physical damage 4 times with ignore defense, 50% to all enemies. Decrease defense, so this breaks the enemy. Increases LB gauge to 20 and chains with Bolting Strike. So if you have 2 Esthers running, you can use that to do some pretty good damage. Alright, her passives. Unstoppable Fervor. So she's going to increase her earth resistance by 50%. Increase resistance to Paralyze and Petrify, Stop, and Charm. So the one you want to watch out for is Confusion. She's not going to be naturally resistant to it, and you don't want her to turn on your team because she's pretty deadly. Okay, Terror Resonance. Increase HP and defense by 20%. Increase physical damage against mechanical and stone monsters by 100%. So she's going to add that. If you have that Storm Bunny jacket, she's going to be up to 150% on the killers. Otherwise, 100%. So she does not like machines or stone. Alright. Ionized Fragment. She's going to increase attack and spirit by 30. Then Overcharge, she's going to get a chance to ignore fatal damage by 80% when HP is above 10%. So that's pretty good. That's like kind of like Guts in Final Fantasy, where you survive with 1 HP. We see that ability on Queen and some other units. Like if you give Lucid Lenses to somebody, it'll do that. Okay, so she's got Reverse Polarity. She's going to have a chance to counter physical attacks 40% with Static Barrage, and the same for Magic. Okay, she's got Magnetic Grip, increases attack 100%, accuracy 25% when single wielding any weapon. Phase Shift, increase HP, MP, attack, and defense by 20, increases physical evasion by 30, recover MP 7%, and auto-cast Static Shift every turn. Where is Static Shift? Static Shift is here. So Lightning Fix damage 500 to the caster, so that's why you need her TMR to absorb that 500, otherwise she'll start hurting herself. Alright. Stasis Field increases attack by 20, increases attack defense 40 when equipped with clothes. Ancient Figure, this one's pretty cool. This is whether team are equipped. You're going to increase attack and HP by 30, increase LB gauge fill rate by 100, LB damage by 30, increase equip attack 100% and accuracy by 25% when single wielding a one-handed weapon. So, depending on what you put in her hands is going to matter for her damage. Yeah. I believe she's going to do more with a two-handed weapon, though. Because of the variance on the two-handed weapon. And then she's going to get Precursor of the Storm. Increase HP and attack by 30. Increase attack when equipped with a Great Sword. Increase attack, or upgrades her LB. increases equipment attack by 50% and accuracy by 25% when single wielding any weapon, and increase physical damage against mechanical and stone monsters. So you really don't want to dual wield with this character, Miss Esther. Alright, and then we have Static Barrage, which is activated by reverse polarity. Physical damage 2.5x with consecutive increase 4 times, 0.5 each to 4.5x max to one enemy. And you're going to decrease basically full break for 1 turn to 1 enemy, and it chains with Divine Ruination. So something that works really well there is Lilith counters. So if you pair Lilith and Esther together and you receive an attack, they're going to counterattack it. Alright, now we have Tempest Charge, which is activated by Combat Overdrive, Shock Embrace, Raikiri, and Absolute Raikiri, which is the upgraded LB. And it's going to give you the ability to basically triple cast. It's going to use Bolting Strike, Combat Overdrive, Demagnetizing Strike, Shatter Arm, Shatter Guard, Shock Embrace, Shock Reflex, Storm Brand, Storm Calling, and Storm Clouds 3 times in 1 turn. So she is ridiculous. Alright, now Raikiri chains with the Oriel Ray family. If we take a look at that, it's going to be Lunera, Lid, Victor Marchenko, Malphasie, Lilith, Lucius, Lauren, Aurora Fravia, Quinshira, Felix, Quinn, Carlette, and Esther. So it is a pretty big chain family. You can mess around with that. If you have Aurora Fravia, she'll make a good partner. Of course, if you pair 2 Esthers together, they're going to chain. So it's a big chain family. You have a good amount of people in it right now. Alright, and then we're just going to take a look at the 7-star Absolute Raikiri. So, as you can see, it increases quite a bit from, well, Raikiri is a 14 times physical chain, defense 50% to all enemies, and enable the skill Tempest Charge increases LB damage 25% for 3 turns. And autocast next turn, lightning fix damage 1500 to caster. So that's going to heal her, but you need to have your boots on. Okay. So in Absolute Raikiri, you're going to get a 250% attack boost and 35% LB damage up, which is significantly better than regular Raikiri. And yeah, so to get that one, you need to have, I think it's their TMR equipped. Yeah. It upgrades her LB for Precursor of the Storm, so that's going to upgrade. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's going to upgrade when you hit level 120. She gains access to the Absolute Raikiri. Not going to go over the Awakening materials. This is what her sprite looks like. And I'm just going to show a couple builds with her, some popular builds. Hang on a moment. Alright, so the first one up is going to be a budget build. These are assembled by my friend Sean. So there's going to be a couple different builds here. This is one he put together using FFBEquip.com. If you take a look at that site, it is excellent for this. So you can see she has an attack of 2275, and MP is going to be 482, 649 defense, 472 spirit, and almost 12k HP. So she is going to be pretty tanky. This is a very easy build to achieve, not super difficult. So this one's going to be Crimson Best from Crimson, Martial Gloves from Elfrida, Storm Kickers is her TMR, and then you're going to have Buster Style from Cloud. You're going to have Large Sword Mastery, which is a trial reward, Heart Overcoming Hatred from Kianos, and Adventure 5, and you're going to put that on Odin. And she's going to have Revolving Saw as her weapon, and a Black Cowl helmet. So this is a pretty budget-friendly build overall. It does rely on TMRs, but lot of people have those at this point. Okay, so this is going to be a mid-tier type build from FFBEquip.com. This is going to feature, it is Squall's Lionheart Sword, Precious Hairpin, Hio's Gloves, Martial Gloves, Storm Kickers, Buster Style Large Sword Mastery, Heart Overcoming Hatred, and War Goddess's insignia is from Ashura. So that's going to be a little bit of a tougher fight to set this gear up. It's going to have Odin as the Esper. As you can see, this is going to be 2,509 attack. Defense is 539. Spirit goes down a little bit from the last one. Not a real big deal there. And her HP goes up to 12,487. So you can kind of see the difference in numbers there. This is assuming like she's going to have those natural protections, but she's going to want to still have that confusion resist there. So that's kind of a mid-tier type build. Alright, so the next one up, this is going to be the Dolphin level build. It's going to be 2644 attack, almost 15k HP, 517 defense, and same thing, you're going to want that confusion protection, and we'll take a look here. So this is going to be Cloud's STMR, which is the Ultima weapon. That's what mine's using. Scanning Goggles is from, who is it? Eileen. It's her STMR. Storm Bunny Jacket is obviously the STMR for Esther. It's going to be 2 sets of Storm Kickers this time. Buster Style. Loyal General is from Beatrix. Heart Overcoming Hatred from Kianos, and Alliance Heart from Squall. And it's going to have Odin as your Esper. So I'm kind of at this level. I don't really have the Storm Bunny Jacket or the Scanning Goggles, but make do. You know, depending on what you have for TMRs and STMRs, you can build her up. 2644 attack is pretty good, and she's got that 15k HP. So here's the, he calls it the Dream Set. This is going to pretty much max her out. She's going to be crazy at this level. I don't have half the stuff, but your attack's going to be 2940 and almost 16k HP. And let's see, so you're going to have the Red Hellebore from Carlet, Storm Bunny Jacket, Gothic Amulet, Storm Kickers, Buster Style, Gentle Trader, War Goddess's Insignia, and a Lion Heart. And then you have Odin. So I have about half that gear. I don't have the Gothic Amulet. I still need the Storm Bunny Jacket. I have the Buster Style, and then I don't have the other 3 there, but that's okay. You can sub in what you can do, what you can't do, that kind of thing. And then we're just going to do a few alternative builds here because she has some other potential. Alright, so this one is going to be kind of more of a realistic STMR if you don't have all the whale equipment, and it's going to be featuring discernment here, which is going to protect her from all the status elements, which is a good thing for her, I think. You have the Martial Glove, the Storm Kickers, Buster Style. You still have the Red Hellebore and the Storm Bunny Jacket, and then you have the Hero's Bond, Discernment, and Lionheart, and you have the Odin Esper again. Okay, now she can be built as a full evade unit as well. This one is going to be the 2260 attack, so it's less attack, but she is going to be fully physical evading things. So she's going to have the Scanning Goggles, Assassin's Vest, Storm Kickers, the Ring of the Lucii, True Spirit of Freedom, Buster Style, Quick Assault, and Quick Assault. And she has that natural 30%, so you're going to get 40 with the Assassin's Vest. You're going to get another 25 from the Ring of the Lucii, 15 from True Spirit of Freedom, and then 10 from each Quick Assault, which adds up to 100. So she is able to hit that pretty easily, and she'll absorb lightning damage, so you could solo Ramu 3-star with this one, which is kind of cool. I mentioned before that she is going to be very good against machine monsters, so this one is going to be featuring how to use her to kill Omega. As you can see, you need that 100% fire resistance. He's putting up Ultima Weapon here, and you're going to need the 100% fire because Omega starts off the fight and he does a ton of fire damage to your whole party, so everybody needs 100% resistance to survive it. Maybe 95 could cut it, but he does so much damage that it's crazy. So, if you're taking on him, you're going to need that fire resistance. So he put up Chic Summer Hat, Storm Bunny Jacket, Storm Kickers, Martial Glove, Frigo and Etc., Buster Style, Margie's Wish, Lion's Heart, and Efreet to give the 50% fire resistance. I think the rest of it there is coming from Chic Summer Hat, but it might be Margie's Wish. I'm not really familiar with those, so yeah. Alright, and then the last one that I'm going to feature here, this is an idea of how to build him to kill Gilgamesh. So this one is going to be the Ultima Weapon again, Scanning Goggles, Storm Bunny Jacket, Storm Kickers, Martial Glove, Dark Aspirations, Man-Eater Plus, and then Diabolos. So if you set her up like this, she is going to do some huge damage to human-type monsters, which Gilgamesh is. You're going to want to imbue her, obviously. Greg is immune to non-elemental damage, so if you go in just swinging with Ultima Weapon, you don't lightning imbue her or some other element imbue her, you will not damage Greg, so keep that in mind. She does need some sort of imbue with this build. Okay, so just hopping back into the game here. Now, it's important to remember with Esther that she is a true double hand type unit. She is going to put out incredible damage numbers. Highly recommend that you grab her if you can. UOC her if you would like. If you pull 1, consider UOCing a dupe. If you pull 3, consider UOCing for the Storm Bunny Jacket. Don't have to, but it is kind of a cool thing to do. And I think that's it for my review of Esther. Yeah, I think, like I have on mine, I'm using Phase TMR, Buster Style, Large Sword Mastery, and I have Heart Overcoming Hatred. I haven't taken on Ashura yet. I'm planning on doing that in another video featuring Esther, and going to try to take that down to get that War Goddess insignia. Quick tip with that, when we get the story reset, make sure you beat Ashura first, as you will be able to get a second War Goddess insignia. So that's really cool. And I think that's it for my review of Esther. She's going to chain well with anyone from the Absolute Mirror of Equity, the Bolting Strike. Like I said, she can chain Divine Ruination counters with Lilith. She works really well with Sylvie. She works really well with a copy of herself, obviously. All units do. And yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm kind of still shaky on my knowledge of true double hand and how those numbers work. So if you'd like more information, I can definitely look that up. And we will learn together. So thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you like my content, I am looking to build up my channel. I will keep bringing more interesting content. I'm going to try to do a daily video if I can, depending on my work schedule. But I would like to grow as a YouTuber and as an FFBE person, and just Final Fantasy in general. I'm probably going to do some other games on the channel. I play Mobius, I play Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and I'd like to kind of dive into the older games and do playthroughs on those, maybe like Final Fantasy V, Tactics, 7, stuff like that. Just Final Fantasy stuff in general. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see on the channel, and I will be looking forward to bringing you some more awesome content, and I love what I'm seeing out there from some other YouTubers, and I'm looking to upgrade my video editing software so I can make these videos a little more polished. Right now I'm just using mobile device, so bear with me while I learn, and I'll talk to you guys later.